Most Western Muay Thai fighters plateau far earlier than they should, not because of lack of effort, but because they're following a training structure that was never designed for their life. The truth is, the traditional Muay Thai system works brilliantly in Thailand because fighters train twice a day, 6 days a week. But if you're fitting 3 evening classes around work and family, that quietly creates a problem, and it's a repetition problem. Now, I learned this the hard way. Back when I was competing as an amateur fighter, I had access to 3 one-hour Muay Thai classes per week and about 30 to 60 minutes of sparring. My coach at the time didn't have competitive fighters, so organising bouts and preparing for them solely fell to me, which meant if I wanted to improve, I had to figure out another way. So most evenings when I didn't have a class, I'd head out to my garage and spend time on a 6-foot heavy bag. And that's where something interesting started to happen. The techniques I discovered in class, I could install them through repetition on the bag. Sometimes I even made the biggest discoveries simply playing with combinations and timing on that bag. Then I'd test those ideas in sparring and later in competition. That simple cycle worked. At 33, I won 3 amateur area titles across 3 weight classes in the same year, and the following year took a European silver medal. But the thing is, the lesson from that experience wasn't about working harder. It was about understanding how skill development actually works. Because most Western fighters are missing a crucial stage of training. And once you see it, the reason many fighters plateau suddenly becomes obvious. I often explain skill development using 3 environments. First, discovery. This is where you learn new techniques, classes, coaching instruction, pad work. Second, installation. This is where repetitions accumulate, where the technique becomes automatic. Third, validation. This is sparring and competition, testing the skill under pressure. Most Western fighters experience the first and the third. They discover techniques in class, then attempt to apply them in sparring. But the installation stage is often missing. And that's the stage where the skill actually becomes reliable. Skill development has numbers attached to it. Research into motor learning and practical coaching experience suggests around 300 to 500 repetitions to establish a new movement pattern from scratch. Around 3,000 to 5,000 repetitions to change an existing bad habit. Now consider what happens in a typical class. Time motion studies of Muay Thai rounds often show an effort-pause rhythm, a few seconds of activity followed by a few seconds of repositioning. Over a 3-minute round, that might only produce 8 to 10 meaningful exchanges. And even if you complete 5 pad rounds, that may only give you 40 to 50 opportunities to practice a technique with intent. And remember, in most classes, you hold the pads for your partner as often as you hit them. So the repetitions you perform yourself may be fewer than you think. Even when you're very deliberate, you might accumulate 50 to 100 quality repetitions of technique during a session, which is a long way from the many hundreds needed for a movement to settle into your nervous system. For many of the fighters I coach, the solution is surprisingly simple. A short technical session outside of the gym, often using nothing more than a heavy bag. Not for exhausting conditioning sessions, but for deliberate skill practice. 10 to 15 minutes, one skill focus, done consistently. Motor learning research shows that skills are retained far better when practice is distributed across multiple sessions rather than just crammed into one long session. In simple terms, 50 repetitions today, 50 tomorrow, 50 the next day is far more effective than performing all 150 in one go. Spacing practice allows the nervous system to consolidate the movement between sessions, so small, consistent sessions often outperform occasional long ones. When working on the heavy bag, consider a few guidelines. Focus on one skill. Trying to change several techniques at once rarely works well. Pick one movement pattern and give it your full attention. Practice while fresh. When learning or correcting a technique, quality matters. Fatigue causes movement patterns to deteriorate, which risks reinforcing poor habits. Vary the content. Rather than repeating the same strike endlessly, introduce variation. For example, jab, round kick, cross, round kick, teep, round kick, and vary your distance and timing. Kick on the spot, move forwards and kick, retreat and kick. Your brain learns the movement more robustly when it appears in different situations. Once this installation practice becomes part of your routine, your training starts to form a loop. You attempt a technique in sparring. You notice that it didn't quite work. You take that observation back to the heavy bag and rehearse the correction. Then you test it again. Over time, those adjustments compound. Your Muay Thai coach already has a challenging role. They guide the entire class, they keep training safe, and they expose everyone to useful techniques. Expecting them to individually program thousands of repetitions for each student simply isn't realistic. However, when you take responsibility for the installation phase of your training, something interesting happens. Your class sessions become far more productive. because the techniques you learn now have a place to accumulate the repetitions required for real skill development. Most fighters aren't limited by effort. They're limited by where that effort is placed. When your training includes discovery, installation, and validation, progress becomes far more predictable. And even with a busy schedule, a few focus minutes each day can make a massive difference. If you want to know exactly where your current ceiling is and identify the specific gaps that are holding back your progress, take the Muay Thai Performance Readiness Scorecard. 5 minutes, 16 questions, and you'll get a personalized score, your hidden weaknesses identified, and a clear action plan. Link in the description. Once you've found your gaps through the scorecard, the next question is, what do you actually do with that information? Most fighters waste their mistakes. They spar badly or watch a technique break down under pressure, and their instinct is to move on, train harder, reset. But that instinct discards the most actionable data you ever have. In Why Fighters Waste Their Mistakes, I break down the black box protocol, a 3-step system for extracting the signal from your failures and turning them into your highest leverage training targets that you can take straight onto your heavy bag. It's the difference between training that compounds and training that just merely accumulates. I'll link to it at the end, so watch that next.